This whole video has a weird border around it the whole time. I'm sorry. I left my camera at home.
Good morning. It is 9:50 on Monday of spring break. And I meant to wake up at 9 and it's 9:50. I couldn't see like the hour from my bed, so I thought it was 8:50, but it's not. So it's fine. I have plans later, and so I was trying to get other things done before then, but just do it later, it's fine. So today, like I said, I have plans with friends. I'm going to work out, grab some breakfast, go get lunch with people, and do my quiet time sometime in there. This workout is about to kick my booty because I haven't done one in so long. Wish me luck. Workout is finished. Didn't end up doing what I wanted to do, but that's fine. And then I'm about to get in the shower. I need to figure out something to eat. And yeah. Hey guys, so I am showered and clean. Yay. And I made myself some food, even though I'm literally going to eat. I haven't eaten anything today, hardly. I've eaten like some trail mix and that's it. My body's mad at me for that. So we're eating some eggs and sausage. Yum. Y'all, farm fresh, like eggs like from like chickens that aren't like, they're like, I don't know, like at someone's house, like a farm or whatever, but you don't have to have a farm to have eggs. I don't know. Those are the best eggs. So I love coming home to eggs like that. Honestly, to food in general that's like not from the dining hall or from a fast food restaurant. Actually, any restaurant. I just miss home cooked food so much. So I'm in my sister's room trying on figuring out what pair of shoes to wear. She loves to wear the clothes in my closet and stuff while I'm gone. So here I am with 2 pairs of her shoes on, trying to figure out which ones to do. And if you say you don't do this to figure out what shoes you're wearing, you're wrong. Because I know you do. So it is now 3:30 and I am done with hanging out with my friends. This fun, I just went and got to eat and then walked around the mall, which is a blast, always. So I'm headed back home to chill, do my quiet time, and read my book. Right now I'm reading It's a Crazy Love by Francis Chan, and I've read Letters to the Church and Forgotten God by Francis Chan as well recently. He's literally so good. I just, love him, big fan. I love these breaks because I get to read a lot, and that's like big time nerding out, but like it's fine. So tonight I think I'm just like chilling at home with my family, which will be so nice. Okay, so now I'm about to do my quiet time, and this isn't like, ooh, look at me, I do quiet time. I just want to show y'all some, like, how I do it, because it's always interesting to me anyways, to learn how people do that. And I've kind of like, over time, like, learned how people do it and like adjusted it to like where it fits me. And so I actually get something out of my quiet time instead of just doing it just to do it. So usually, I will first journal, and I journal my prayers, and so that's just journaling my prayers. And then during school, like a school week, I'll do like 1 to 2 chapters depending on like how fast it goes, because like I have like obviously a time crunch because I have to go to class and stuff, sadly. So right now I'm doing Job and Jeremiah, and then Hosea is kind of sprinkled in there as well. So I write like my prayers and like journal, and then I've been doing this devotional by Annie F. Downs, my favorite author. The 100 Days to Brave, literally so good. I highly recommend. So it's just like 2 pages, and then she's got like a little challenge on here always, which is really good, and a Bible verse up here. She's super cool, super like genuine and transparent. Love that. Big fan of her. So then I read that, and I go to in my Bible to wherever I'm reading. So like we're in Jeremiah right now, so like let's look. So what I like to do is, let me find the start of a chapter. What in the world? Okay, so we'll say I did 32. So what I do is, as I'm reading, I read it, and as I find a verse or something that like really stands out to me, I'll highlight it, I'll underline it, and then I'll write out to the side like something, a little note about it. So like this one, it says you're capable of anything. Oh, it says you're capable of any task. What a great and powerful God we follow. And so the verse, I said that because the verse is, Lord God, it is you who have made the heavens and the earth by your great power and by your outstretched arm. Nothing is too hard for you. So to the side, that's why I said you're capable of any task. What a great and powerful God we follow. And then I go over and I highlight it, and I highlight a little box around the corresponding little note out to the side. I'm a very visual learner, and so if I like am able to write down like what I take from that, super helpful. I also have a study Bible that I love to use, and it kind of gives more history of like what the verse is talking about, or like what this chapter is talking about. So really weird random thing, but so exegesis is exa something is where you're reading your, I'll put somewhere what like the actual word is, but it's where one is where you are reading the meaning into the text, like you already have in your mind what you're looking for, and you read it into the text. So like you're just like looking for something and making like twisting whatever the Bible says to like apply to what you're doing, like what you were going through and stuff, which is what I used to do. I was really bad about that, which I found out later is like not a good thing. And then the other one, whatever the other one is where you read the text and like take the meaning for like actually what it is. And so I've been trying to like get myself to do that. So that's why the study Bible has been so helpful with like certain passages and stuff. When I look it up in there, it'll tell me like about like the history of it, or like what's going on in that specific instance, which is super cool. So I'll read a chapter from each of the books, and then if I just take something from like the chapter as a whole, I'll write, say like Job 34, and then I'll write like a little summary of like what I took from it. Or which I'm like not good about this as much as I used to necessarily, but when I find a good verse, here we go. I write S, and so I write out the scripture, whatever that verse is, and then R is response, and it's like whatever I got out of it, which is helpful to like really like make sure that like I took from that. So that's super helpful. S for scripture, R for response. And I finished my quiet time. It was so good. It was just nice not to have anything to do. I could really enjoy it. Now I did some chores, dishes, and swept. Now I'm chilling in my bed, reading Crazy Love, and listening to some King Kaleidoscope. Yeah, really good. Big fan of them. Just listening to the radio station on Spotify, so there's a mix of other great artists in there. So it's been an exciting day for sure. Hello again, friends. It's only like 9:20, but this is usually around where my day ends, which is really, it's kind of funny, honestly, but I require my sleep. But so tonight, me and my family, we ate some pizza and just kind of chilled and laid on the couch and read while my mom watched TV, and then we just kind of hung out. It was really nice. So yeah, not very exciting, but it's basically how the spring break's going for me, and I'm super loving it a lot because it's not nearly as crazy as it is back in Waco. So yes, okay, I know I've already mentioned this book like several times. Literally, guys, it is so good. I told you earlier that I read the other one, what's it called? Letters to the Church, and then I just finished Forgotten God. And one thing that I've noticed about Francis Chan is that he's extremely honest in all of his videos. I mean, not his videos. That's ironic. All of his books, just like painfully honest, like lays the hammer down, and it's just like, it really seems like he's just truly speaking like what the Lord's like telling him to, and like speaking that truth and stuff. And really cool. Big fan of that, him, and just what he is doing. And he is just, it's Crazy Love. He calls us out on a lot, and it's so cool. He's talking about probably the part that's impacted me the most so far is talking about lukewarm Christians, those who go to church and kind of just do like the basic, like all I need to do just to kind of get into heaven with the hopes of getting into heaven, like, you know, like I'm just doing like the baseline, like as little as possible, the minimum, and like that'll get me to heaven, right? And he actually talks about having like several people come up to him and ask him these like random questions of like, you know, if I do this, will I get into heaven? If I do this, will I get into heaven? Like still get into heaven? Like this sin, if I am, let's see. This is truly when he said, if I'm having sex with my girlfriend, am I still gonna get in heaven? Like, is God gonna forgive me for that? And if like, if I like know I have more money to give to the church and I don't, am I gonna get into heaven? I'm trying to find the page. Probably not gonna happen, but just super cool the way he's calling us out on these things. And he said, honestly, like the Bible says no. Just and how like we like still consider it like that we're still like good Christians, and that we're Christians even just because we go to church, and just because we give a little bit of our money and a little bit of our time. Like, are we actually still Christians if we just do the minimum? And so he's really challenging us like to live out like truly the life that the Lord is calling us to live in full commitment and surrender to him, and like, you know, giving of our time and of our money and of all of our possessions. He's mentioned several times actually the conversation that Jesus has with the rich man about like giving up all of his possessions. Like if he says he's a follower of God, like giving up all of his possessions and just giving the money to the poor and going and basically living for the Lord. And he's mentioned that several times. And like in most terms, those of us in America are considered rich. And even though we use like the term like, oh, I'm poor, I'm broke, like we're not. And just it's been challenging me, like would I be willing to give up everything that I have if the Lord like called me to? And just it's really interesting. I don't know where I was going with that, but it's a really good book. Super challenging. And he's really like calling each one of the readers to like really examine his or herself, which is super awesome. He's got guts, and I'm a big fan of that. So there's my little review of Francis Chan and his books that you probably weren't expecting to get out of this video, but there's that. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did. Give it a thumbs up or something, because I'm trying to do different things with this YouTube channel. So yeah, don't know when I'll be back, but I'll be back, and I hope y'all are just thriving and that you're living for the Lord as well as you can. And I want you to just, like, this is a big question, but I'd love for you to pray for what Advocate for Authenticity is and, like, what the Lord has for it, God. And, like, not for me, but for, like, everyone, the viewers and all the people, the lives that it has a potential impact. Just pray for that in the brand itself. Yeah. So we're really curious, really interested, excited to see where the Lord takes it. So, thank y'all for being awesome and giving this a watch. And if you haven't already, order your t-shirt. Go to order the t-shirt. It's in my personal bio, and it's in Advocate for Authenticity bio on Instagram as well. So, go do that. And I will see y'all sometime.